Hi, it's Lana, and welcome to Lana TV. Today happens to be the 4th of July, and you're going to be hearing fireworks in the distance. I think it's perfect for what we're going to talk about today. This is a subject that, had someone took me aside and talked to me about, it would have saved me years, and I'm talking years of pain and confusion. Let me ask you a question. If you're in a relationship right now and you're not as happy as you think that you should be, do you ever wonder if you guys are going through like a rough patch? Do you need to have counseling? Or do you sense that there just might be something else going on? Well, I love that question. It happens to be what I specialize in. And if you would like some insights to it, stick around, because I've got 5 signs that your relationship may not be as healthy as you think it is. So yeah, relationships are tough, especially for business women. When you are a creative entrepreneur, you've got a lot of ideas. And you've got a lot of juices within flowing, and you're a very capable person. And it can be stifling to be in a relationship sometimes where it seems as if that person is turning into your enemy. So one of my focuses in my business is clarity. Love clarity. And being able to understand and really see what's happening to you, that really helped me. So I've got 5 signs that you might be in an abusive relationship. I know, hold on. I know you might not like that word. I hated the word, okay? I don't want to hear the word. Not me. I was too smart for that. I would never let that happen. But there's a such thing as emotional and verbal abuse that can go undetected for quite a long time. It could be even, disguised. It's not an easy thing to decipher that type of relationship. And you could be, like me, years invested, finally to wake up and have all that time lost and damage done to your kids. So my loss is your gain. So I'm going to help you to identify quickly some signs. And in another video, I'll be going into more detail about each of these signs. But, I'm just going to help to target some or highlight some areas for you to think about. No one said you had to make a decision about anything today. You take your time. My job is just to bring clarity and to help empower you and inspire you to take action. All right, so let's get going. I've got my computer here that way because, as I said, it is the 4th of July and we're just having a conversation here. You're going to hear a lot of popping and hopefully it's your, as I've been told often by others, is that I inspire or I make them see things others see things they hadn't seen before, didn't think about that like that. And so let's just, let's welcome all of this popping. So sign number 1 is the fact that you have to ask. I mean, think about it. You're asking yourself, is this relationship healthy? If you have to ask yourself, there just might be something going on. What I want to ask you to do is trust your gut. Go ahead and lean in that direction and take a look and see. Because you have an intuition for a reason. And if your little spidey senses are going off, there could very well be a very good reason for it. Sign number 2. You leave your arguments damaged. Now let's be honest. Disagreements are going to happen. There isn't a relationship without that doesn't have some sort of a disagreement at some time. But the type of damage that I'm talking about is when it's personal and very hurtful. And one of the traits of an abusive individual is that they damage you. They seek to damage. They don't seek understanding. They seek to do damage. I'll go more into reasons why that happens. There is a reason why that happens, and it really does happen like that. But for now, just understand that you leave your arguments damaged. That's all you need to know. And by the way, one of the reasons why I'm keeping it simple is because there's a lot of fog when you're involved in relationships that have an emotional and verbal abusive characteristic to it, because there is a lot of getting you to accept the behavior and letting go of yourself. So there's a lot of fog, there's a lot of mistrust within yourself, which is why I'm a self-recovery expert. I was able to self-recover myself. And I love helping others to get back to their voice. You know, we do need each other. I'm not saying that you don't need anyone, but I'm saying that you need to trust yourself, because you do know what's right. And it's okay for you to listen to yourself. All right, so let's get on to the next couple of signs before the fireworks take over. Sign number 3. They treat everything as an attack. Okay, so previously I talked about how you leave your arguments damaged. So there's a disagreement and you get damaged. So you're hurt, and not only did you have a disagreement about something, now you have hurt feelings over the way that was handled. So what is it that you want to do? Well, logically, you want to share that with them and let them know, you hurt me when you said that to me, especially when it's new in the relationships, because all of this is unexpected, pretty much. So you're seeking not only understanding of the argument previously, but now you're wanting to let them know that they hurt you. What you'll see happen as a response is that you're going to be treated as if you're attacking them. It's not true that you're attacking them, but this individual that is a controlling individual that utilizes emotional and verbal abuse, mental abuse as their way of being, they're going to see you seeking understanding as a means for attacking them. Sign number 4. Life does not resume back to its happy place unless you somehow give in or take responsibility in some part. Now we're talking about being able to regroup, so you had a disagreement and things were said in the disagreement, you had hurt feelings, and you're in a relationship to be in a wholesome relationship, to communicate and be with someone, companionship, right? You're not in a relationship to be alone in a relationship. So it tends to be, if you're in an emotionally or verbally abusive relationship, is that semblance of peace and harmony, it doesn't necessarily come back again unless you give up something. And this is big. It's all big, but this is how you start to chip away and lose parts of yourself. And it's done so quickly and so fast that you don't even see it happening. But that is another sign that this relationship might not be as healthy as you think. All right, let's get on to the next sign. And finally, sign number 5. Now, this isn't the last sign, but these are the 5 that I know for a fact that stand out. I went through each one of these. My clients have gone through each one of these. It's been kind of common, and these are kind of like the questions when I just sit and talk with someone and they find out about my story, and or not even my story, but I've just somehow end up sharing, parts of my relationship with them, or they get to know me a little better. These are kind of like the 5 areas that come up. And so number 5 is that it's constant. It keeps happening. This behavior keeps coming back. Now, you might have, I was a Christian. I am a Christian. And I prayed, fasted, read the Bible, went to women's meetings, did all kinds of spiritual things. Nothing ever stopped it. It just kept coming back like a mold. It just wouldn't end. That's another sign, is that that the relationship might not be healthy for you to be in, is that it keeps returning. You know why? It doesn't really have anything to do with you. If these 5 signs have really ministered or touched a part of you and you would like to know a little bit more, I've got a specifically designed quiz to help you further to see whether or not your relationship's healthy. Along with that, based on your questions, because it's customized to how you answer the questions. So based on how you answer the questions, there's also a mini course to help you further in exploring what could be happening to you and what you could do about it. Now, the most important thing for you to know, something I wish I would have known, is that it's okay for you to investigate what might be happening. And it's okay for you. You don't have to act on anything. You don't have to go to anyone and say anything to them right away. But you can think about it, and you can consider it, and you can begin to investigate and begin to look more. You'll find that it hurts less when you look at it than when you ignore it. So those are the 5 signs of a abusive relationship that I have known to be pretty common. My name's Lana. I'm the owner and founder of Free to Thrive Coaching. I specialize in helping creative, entrepreneurial women to recover themselves so that they can get back on track. And that's those women that have been involved in these difficult relationships that have taken them away from their path. I help you to recover yourself, get back on track, and begin again achieving what is pulling for you to become. You're welcome to visit my website. It's freetothrivecoaching.com, of course, www. And that's free with the numeral 2. Take the quiz. You'll get your free information afterwards, and feel free to ask me any questions because I would love to answer them. Thank you again for watching Lana TV.